We are in one of the hottest neighborhoods in Miami, and what's very interesting is that even locals don't even know what the neighborhood is called. So we are in Miami-Dade County, in unincorporated Dade, in a neighborhood called Glenvar Heights. The location is phenomenal. It's right between 874 and 826. And the reason this neighborhood is probably Miami's best kept secret right now, where a lot of eyes from developers and users, is because these lots are large. Location is still prime. So for that buyer that's interested in Pinecrest or Coral Gables, this is a few blocks, or a few minutes of a drive, but you still have this large lot, large estates, and for a fraction of the price. So you could see here, we are in Glenvar Heights. I'm gonna walk you through some of the neighborhoods so you could see what Glenvar Heights is about. Look at this, there's still all this vacant land. So this right here, what we're seeing are 3 different parcels. There will be new construction added to all of here. And then you also have a lot of houses that have been built through the years. So Glenvar Heights was a neighborhood that came about post-war 1950s. And you kind of see a nice mix of houses. So you see some houses that are mid-century modern, but then you see houses that were built in the early 2000s, more of like a Mediterranean style, Spanish style. And then there's houses that have been built in the last few years, which have more of that contemporary look, and ones that are being built now that have a variety of different looks. So we'll walk you through several of the houses so you could see like the different styles. But first, what I want to show with you is something really nice. So come here, let's look at this lot. One of the things that I like about these neighborhoods is the amount of oak trees there are. So you could see here a lot of the trees, a lot of the roads have oak trees all along bordering it. So not only do you have this like canopy shade, but you also have like a really pretty entrance to your house. And you could see that the neighbors' houses, for example, here, as you look here, the neighbors' homes, you already see that canopy and the oak trees that I'm talking about. So a lot of Glenvar Heights has these oak trees, these canopies, which make them shaded for when walking or exercising. It's an extra plus. So come in here, I want to show you, this is actually a property that is off market. It is going to be for sale, and it will be coming soon. So it's, oops. All right. Hopefully you didn't hear that screech. Come on in. All right. So this neighborhood, this property in specific is 38,000 square feet. So it is what we call like a builder's acre. A lot of the properties in Glenvar Heights are actually above this square footage. So we have a lot of properties that are acres or close or over the acre. 38,000 square feet is still what we call a builder's acre, so it's still a good size. But what's really nice is the amount of different trees that these properties have. So you could see here a mix. This one has some like really pretty like orange flowers that come out. There's 2 of them. And the person that buys this property, they will most likely have to cut rid of some of the trees. We do have, when you buy a property of here, you will have to do a tree survey, and the unincorporated Miami-Dade County will tell you, like, based on the canopy and how much trees you're removing, how many you have to replant, or how much you have to donate in return of money. So a lot of times owners or whoever's building will probably have to donate money or just move trees to different neighbor parts. But come, I want to show you something really nice about these lots. So in Glenvar Heights, one of the other things is the reason I mentioned unincorporated Dade is because of the property taxes. So property taxes, unincorporated Dade is one of the lowest. Its millage rate is closer to like 1.65 versus if you were to go to other cities like Coral Gables that have become municipalities, right? South Miami, Pinecrest, all these other neighborhoods, taxes are higher. So that's also one of the nice perks of Glenvar Heights is that your property taxes are going to be lower than if you were in one of the municipalities like the ones I just mentioned. The other thing a lot of people like about this neighborhood is it's kind of like you're not really cutting any streets because you can't really intersect from one side to the other. So it's off Sunset Drive, and you're not cutting it to go to Miller. So For the most part, there aren't a lot of people commuting through this neighborhood. But look at these trees. Look how nice this is. So you can imagine there's going to be a lot of fruit trees here, a lot of floral trees here. There's a nice variety. And there's something I want to show you that I keep keeping as a surprise. So come so you could see it. And it's this is, you don't really find a lot of them, but these koi ponds is a nice feature that this lot has. Look how pretty this is. This is a surprise. This is so unique. Look how gorgeous that is. So you do find in Glenvar Heights, there are a few of these natural ponds. So if you have a property that has this, you're gonna, I would tell you what a unique feature to have. So it's definitely something, different that you don't see. These are mahogany trees, which are also really, really pretty. I feel like I could just sit down here and sit here for a while, just observing, enjoying the fish and the breeze and the birds. I'm gonna shut up for a second, so you could hear the birds. You heard that? Can you hear it? So that's also one of the nice things about these large estates, because there's so many trees, you're in nature. So you do hear the birds, you will see more butterflies. So it's what I would say, tranquility, but still in a big city, because you're so close to the 874 Expressway and you're so close to the 826. You're like 2 minutes from both. And that gives you access really quickly to, if you need to go west, if you need to go south, whatever direction you need to go, like the proximity to get to like South Miami, Dayland, the airport, everything is so easy from this location. But even though you're so central, you really don't hear all of that city life. Like here, I feel like you're having A, cheaper taxes, B, you're a lot more in nature, and C, you still have good location, right? So it's like so many nice features. So I have one more surprise. So what you're seeing behind me is actually there. You see where that fence is? There's going to be a fence that keeps going from the other neighbor. So right now there is no fence dividing it, but there is another cute thing that this lot has that I want to show you that's really unique. Right now, look, you can kind of see it. These lily ponds. And there's another two right here. See how pretty this is? I'm personally an orchid lover, so I always admire orchids. So you could see here some blooming. And then there's a cute little bridge that the property has as well. And you could kind of see like where the neighbor, like where they built to setback line wise, like you can easily build the front of the house and have like a sideways, so you can preserve the two features that this house property has that you don't really find in all Glenvar Heights lots. So in all Glenvar Heights lots, you're going to have a lot of the trees, like the oak trees, the palm trees, but very few of them have these like very natural ponds where you have the koi fish and the lily pond. So look at this, how cute this is. It's just, another little unique touch. If I was a kid, I would love to play like hide and go seek here. So they even have like little steps here. So look at this. This is real coral, which by the way, you're not real corals. Like, nah, they don't allow real coral anymore. They used to have it back in the day where people would be able to use them for walls, and now it's not so much. So anyhow, it was just so cute. Like to add here, I would do like a little fireplace. So you could kind of feel like you're a little hill in your own backyard. So it's so cute, right? So it's just little touches of a unique difference in nature and landscape. And then one of the other perks of being out here is what you could do with this lot. So let me show you. another nice feature that being out here permits. So in this property, this section is actually already the neighbors, but I'm just going to show you what you could do if you are interested too. What do you think about fresh eggs? Well, if you want fresh herbs and fresh eggs, you have more than enough land to build it. And look at the chickens here. You can have your own chicken coop. Look at this. You want some fresh chicken? Some fresh eggs? Come look. To show them. See, look how nice this is. And it barely takes any of your yard. You don't even have to see it from your own house. So from the, you could see the neighbor in the back has either like a tennis court back there or a pickleball court. So that's something else that you're more than able to build here. Like you could see here, all this land. You have the ability to build a tennis court, a pickleball court. So that's the beauty of having 38,000 square feet. And being an unincorporated Dade is that you can have your chickens, you can have your tennis court with lights, or you can build your custom estate to what you like. So let me share with you. You can see here how beautiful this yard. There is a shed in the back, but it's a nice deep lot, rectangular, perfectly shaped, in a very quiet street where what you're hearing is more of nature than anything else. So let me go ahead, let's walk. I want to show you what Glenvar Heights looks like, what you see in a lot of the houses that are being built here. So what I normally am seeing right now in Glenvar Heights is a lot of people that have been here for the last, they raised their kids here and now they're looking to sell, and the new families coming in, they're kind of like families that they're having to commute most likely west and east. So for example, they might be commuting west for schools, like private schools. And then this gives you the ability to be like closer to Belen, Columbus, the private Catholic schools. But then if you have to commute east for work to Coral Gables or into the airport or the expressways, this kind of gives you that middle ground where you're in between, perfectly centered, like in between both of them. So that's kind of what you see here, like those families that have to be in both. This is a great location for them. And Glenvar Heights, again, I'm telling you, there is so much demand for it. And if you were to ask many locals, very few of them even know where this is. Like ask many Miami-Dades that are not in real estate, have you heard of Glenvar Heights? And they would probably be like, where is that? Like very confused because it's not a name that has gotten popular. So for example, Kendall is not a city, it's not incorporated, but it's very popular. A lot of people know where Kendall is. It's a broad area. Glenvar Heights, it's only 4 miles. There's about 20,000 residents, which is a pretty good amount, but it's not as popular. So it's a nice, what I would say, still kind of secret neighborhood that not a lot of people know about, but it's such an amazing location, and you already heard of all the different pros of it. So I want to show you around different neighborhoods, so you can walk with me to see what it feels like living here. You're going to see the bigger estates that are being built and the ones that have been built in the last decade, so you can kind of get a feel of what Glenvar Heights living is all about. For these trees, if you're a tree lover, I love like being plants and natures. I personally like these. Oh my God, I love like cutting one of these, and you put this in your living room, and this will last months in your living room, and they're gorgeous. And so that's one of the nice things. Look at these ferns with these dots, how pretty they are. So anyhow, I love using like landscaping to then bring it into my house, and then I make floral arrangements with it. But what I was gonna say regarding plants is if you're in a lot with a lot of plants, uplighting for exterior like makes it a beautiful. So make sure to like put lights on the trees, going towards the towards the oak trees and stuff. It makes such a world of a difference, just the uplighting in a large lot. Even if you have a small lot, I think it's worth investing. All right, so I'm gonna get out We have a lot of people that are developers that have been interested in the lot, but also end users. So if you are looking to build or you own a property in Glenvar Heights and you're not sure if your property is land value or the value of the house, we're happy to help you with that. What we're seeing is in a lot of Miami, the land is what's appreciating at the highest pace. And there are a lot of properties that the land might be worth more than the house. But that's not the case in all Glenvar Heights. So it's important that we look at the property and look at the condition and look at the finish, like, you know, the not the finishes in terms of aesthetics, I mean more like the actual build. So look, here's an example of a house that was built probably early 2000s or late 90s in Glenvar Heights. And as you can see, they're nice large estates. It has this porch cachere. I can never pronounce that word right. So let me show you a few others. So I'll just walk a few blocks. Look at all that vacant land. Like, that's so rare to have so much vacant land. Look at that. So these are other lots, but anyhow, like, there is so much vacant land in Glenvar Heights. That's what's so nice about it. And you can see here, this was probably a house that was built in like the 50s, 60s that has been renovated. You can kind of tell based on the ceiling height. We have a Mediterranean one. If I had to guess, this was built in the early 2000s. And again, most of all of these are either build your acres or larger. And you don't, by the way, I don't think not one car has driven by while we've been walking or like out here. So it's just such a very, like I said, it's a neighborhood with very little traffic. Look how pretty this property is. Mediterranean. Yeah, so you can kind of get the feel now of like what it is. Look at these streets. Very, very nice streets. A lot of different big estates. So yeah, Glenvar Heights is, I would say, Miami's hidden gem. So if you are interested in Glenvar Heights, my name is Joanna Jimenez with the Opes Group. I hope you found this valuable. Hope you learned a little bit. Feel free to contact with any questions regarding Glenvar Heights.